hippity hop. I said a hip hop, a hippity hop. I said a hip hop, hippity hop. Where's it go? Hi, welcome to Teag and Mo Review on the Go. This week, we're on the go.
We're on the go!
We just got done at the Tulip Festival.
What's it called?
Whoop, whoop.
Woodburn?
The Wooden Shoe.
The
Tulip
Wooden Shoe
Festival,
Tulip Festival.
where we actually met the owner.
She was literally the sweetest and cutest little lady.
It was so fun. So we're headed home. So we thought we'd review because Sundays are when we usually do our reviews, and
We're driving.
this is what we got.
We're on the go.
Tegan, what are we reviewing this week?
Rampage!
Whoop, whoop.
Super fun. Guys, it was a fun movie. Morgan, how are we gonna review it?
Yeah, so we're going to be using our ASS scale, which stands for A,
Acting.
S,
Soundtrack.
yep, S,
Snakes.
no,
Sorry.
Storyline.
Storyline!
And then at the end we'll be using our 1 to 10 scale. Tegan, what emoji should we use today?
In the honor of the Rampage characters, we'll be doing an ape, and/or monkey, a crocodile, and a wolf.
Let's get started.
Let's do it.
So we went to see Rampage.
Yes, super fun.
And the first thing we have to discuss with you people is the acting. Tegan, what were your thoughts?
I love giant things fighting each other. I just love those kind of movies. It could be aliens, it could be robots, it could be alien robots, it could be aliens dressed as robots, it could be giant animals fighting giant robots, like whatever it is, I love it. So I was all about this movie from the get-go. The acting, I love Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I do, I love him. I literally, the other day I watched Scorpion King, LOL, he has like the longest hair, and he, like, it's the randomest. His career has really quite an arc.
From the Tooth Fairy to
Oh my gosh,
Game
like,
Plan
so
to
versatile.
Rampage. Versatile, or is there another word that could describe
How
that?
dare you? Rock fans are gonna come and find you now. So having said that, like, love The Rock. I thought he did I thought he did well. I thought it was good acting, but it also, like, I feel like you have to almost put this, like, guise of, like, but it was this action, giant animals fighting each other movie, and so, like, not like how good can the acting be, but like how good can the acting be? Do you know what I mean?
It's true. How good can you?
I mean, I really liked George's performance. He was the giant albino
The
ape.
CGI ape.
How dare you? He is a real person with emotions.
He didn't have to have any acting skills.
He totally did. He had to sign all of his lines. That's incredible acting.
Okay.
Giant alligator. I loved his performance. Just kidding.
Oh my gosh. It's so interesting to me how many movies Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is in.
I know, and he's
Like,
about to be in that skyscraper one.
He was just in Jumanji, and it makes me wonder,
pretty
like,
sure-
how much time does he have really to, like, get into these roles, though?
That's
like,
true.
Because he's in so many roles. Fair enough, they're basically all the same role. Like, he's playing some, action dude who tries to save something. So, like, literally, they're all the same, but at the same time, it's like, why? Like,
Anyways, love The Rock. 2 thumbs up.
S soundtrack.
Soundtrack.
I thought it was good. Again, it's an action movie, and so they had to just, like, have dramatic, like, fighting music. Like, it wasn't like there was nothing special
It wasn't
about
super
the soundtrack.
profound.
Yeah,
But once again, like, it made you feel the way you were supposed to feel in the moments you were supposed to feel them, so
Which-
it did its job. And I feel like if you do your job, you get a B-. So there you go.
yeah. Let's get into what we really want to talk about here. The final S, which is the most important for this
Storyline.
Yes. And I'm just gonna let Tegan roll, and I'm gonna for a second, because I know she has a lot of things she wants to say about this. I'm just gonna start by saying there's gonna be a lot of spoilers, because we have a lot of opinions, and so a lot of things we want to say, and so we're gonna spoil a lot, but we will throw up our X's to warn you. As we know from past reviews, I like when movies fill the holes, right? When they don't leave a lot of, like, if it's an intricate plot line, like if there's a lot happening, then they need to make sure it all works together.
You like it when they play fairly in the
Like-
world that they have created.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. That's a good way to put it. I like that. And I felt like, once again, Pacific Rim 2, here we go. Like, Rampage had holes. Like, I don't know. Like,
what are you
okay, let me
referring?
start with the beginning. In like the first 10 minutes, this isn't a spoiler.
This is in the preview.
They like, they're in space and they have this like gas chemical thing that can cause mutations, and she has to escape and falls to Earth with it, and they spread out all over the world. So these capsules that have this chemical in them spread out all over the world, and some of them are like eaten by animals, and the animals become giant. That's like the first 10 minutes. I didn't spoil anything. Here's the issue. There were like 8 capsules that fell to Earth, and only 3 giant animals.
My
so
theory-
what happened to the other capsules?
It's Rampage 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, this is a franchise, people. This is where they're going. The other ones are just discovered. Later.
Okay, but when they turned on the radio signal, then all those other animals would have come too.
How dare you? Maybe they haven't been discovered yet.
No, because they said the animals will do whatever it takes to get to the noise and turn it off. So no matter where they were in the world, they would have been fighting to get there, and there would, like, it's not like.
Okay, but remember, George had to knock. He had to like hit it, and then it like sprayed the gas in his face. So maybe they just haven't been touched or discovered yet. I'm just saying
that could be true.
There's sequel potential.
Okay, here's the other issue. So that company though was trying to figure out where they all were and where they all fell, and like had found all the meteor landing points. So why didn't they know where the other ones went to then? Because they said, oh, there was a meteor spotted here, like go search here, and then they discovered the giant ass wolf.
Okay, you're not wrong.
So they would have known where all the other ones fell based on meteor reports, right? That is my biggest non-spoiler qualm with this.
I think it was a fun adaptation of a game. Like, I feel like this is something that didn't have a story before. I mean, I haven't done a huge amount of research on this one, but my understanding is that it was just a fun, like, arcade game first, and then they made a story out of it, like, similar kind of like to Pirates of the Caribbean, where, like, it was a ride, and then they made it, like, it's not like there was a book before it. So I think with that in mind, I think it was a very fun and intricate and, like, it was an intriguing story. It was fun to watch, and I mean, I loved it. I liked the whole. I thought it was super fun.
Here's something to remember about Tegan in these kind of movies. Tegan has said this about 800 times since she saw the first preview for Rampage. Quote, I love giant things fighting each other.
I love it.
Like, I cannot count
Transformers,
on all
Pacific Rim,
Yeah.
Rampage. I'm 100% in. I love it. Destroying an entire city, Avengers. I'm not mad about that. Let's do it. I love it.
Alright, it's time to spoil this mother.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
You know, I'm gonna.
Okay.
All they did was bring some tanks in. They had all these, the military has so many missiles and weapons and things that they could have tried to take out these giant beasts. But they went straight from tanks and helicopters with a couple guns on them to dropping the mother of all bombs on it instead of, like, all the different missiles and things they could have tried before that.
Also, if you've seen any sort of movie and or if you've studied any sort of rodent or animal that has, like, armor on it, there's always a soft spot. And the fact that, like, it took literally George and The Rock, like, single-handedly to take down this giant crocodile thing when, like, the army of the United States of America could not do it because they didn't think to find its, like, weak spot.
Yeah.
That was a very frustrating point. I was like, I'm sorry, did he just throw grenades in its head and it exploded? Why did we not do that, like, 2 days ago?
Exactly, yeah. And so I think that was one of my big things, was just, like, there were so many options, and the military, especially the United States military, has so many tools at their disposal.
You had a really good point the other day. You were saying that in the science experiment, she talks about, like, all of these different animals that they kind of are genetically modifying, and therefore these other animals get modified kind of with their with aspects of their DNA.
Yeah.
And the wolf is really cool because it gets, like, it can fly. It's like half bat. It gets a porcupine, like, spine thing, and it can, like, shoot its porcupine quills at attackers. And then the crocodile is, like, part rhino, and it's like kind of creepy beady eye, but that's just maybe normal. And then it's just, like, super spiky and, like, ultra like prehistoric. And then George is, like,
Just large.
just a little bit bigger.
So it's like,
He also,
what the F?
I will say, he does regenerate faster. She did notice that. It was like some fish they extracted from, and it makes it so it can regenerate
They all
quickly.
did, though.
That's what, yeah.
So like George got like all the basic ones and nothing special.
Yeah.
And then all the other ones got like the basic and like a, you know, the
like
premium
they're
package.
not only huge, but they also are poor porcupine, bat wolf,
fly,
and rhino, crocodile, probably shark. Maybe oh, that's with the teeth. What else do we have qualms with? Okay, so there's this part when they get basically their goal, The Rock and his lady friend, Dr. Whoever, their goal is to get to this like source of the signal that's being emitted, because they're like, oh, well, they wouldn't drag them there if they didn't have the cure. So they're looking for this cure or whatever. So they go into the labs, and she like keeps like trying all her access codes, but she's like been fired, and so she's like, it's not working. And the Rock's like, I got this, and he like punches doors, and we're like, what is happening? You can't just break everything. And there's like 8 pill things. There's like 8 to-be anecdote things. And they literally, she like grabs 3, because why not grab backup? Let's just grab the ones we need. Villain comes and confiscates those. So now she's just got 1, and I'm like, why did you not just grab all of them? That seemed like you had multiple opportunities, like both of you could have grabbed them. Oh, and then the other favorite part, our other biggest qualm was that in that moment, The Rock gets shot. It's like a huge spoiler.
Yeah.
And it like takes him out. And everyone's like, he's dead.
So dumb.
What is happening?
He gets a gut shot, like a bullet wound to the stomach.
Yeah. And he's like down for the count, and they're like, my God, he's bleeding. No. And then they leave. And then later he comes back and he's able to fight this giant crocodile with this whole time.
He's like walking like normal, like nothing happened.
My favorite was he literally like walks normal, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh, I have a wound. And he like holds his hand on it. And he's like, help.
So
needless to say,
yeah,
we have lots of qualms.
Yeah, it was a movie with good intentions. It had a lot of good, unique ideas.
It was entertaining. Like, it was fun.
I personally felt like it was executed subpar. Alright, Teags, out of 1 to 10, what would you give this movie?
I'm gonna give it a 7. A 7
Wow.
Crocodile, monkey, wolf pairing.
That is high. I'm gonna give this movie a 4. A 4 out of 10. That means our combined score our average score for this movie is a 5.5 out of 10. So you know, and I think that's a good representation, because if you're into those movies, then you're gonna like it.
It's so fun.
If you're not into those movies, it doesn't have enough for you to like it. Thank you guys for watching this video. We are so glad you're here. Go check out Rampage if you're into those big things fight each other action movies.
If you're into awesome entertainment movies.
And whether or not you're into those movies, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up if you want to see more. Comment below on what movies you want us to review, and hit that subscribe button so that you can see all of the awesome videos we do.
We do.
Have a wonderful week, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.